What's up? What is up, my wrinkle fruit warriors? I love some dates. I'm thinking about getting a wrinkle fruit warrior shirt made. Just like a date with a, with like a karate band tied. Maybe. I have been thinking about it. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Speaking of shirts, it's A1. This is a Jarnell Lugo shirt. And he's a Bellator fighter. And I bought this shirt because I remember when he lived in Waterbury, CT. He's in Florida now. Kid is nasty. I think I light sparred with him when he was like 16. I had to act like he wasn't hurting me, but landed a nice right hand and a leg or in a kick to the stomach that I really just acted like I ate, and I did not. I was like, oh yeah, I'm fine. But inside I was like, oh my God, it hurts. Oh my God. Keep a straight face. Keep a straight face. He's only 16. So when you fight a 16-year-old, you're like 21 and you get lit up. Yeah. That sucks. And I had to play it cool. I think I even gave him a ride home afterwards. Yeah, dude. Shout out to Jarnell. This is a phenomenal shirt. I love it. Order one or don't, but you should order one. So I want to kind of get right into this Hotel Cecil on the Netflix. Listen to me. That trailer is extremely enticing. You feel like it's going to be, some like haunted graveyard, haunted house, type of hotel, American Horror Story type. You're getting that feel, and I hate that shit. I cannot watch shit like that. I will freak out. But then you're watching it, and you're just like, oh, this is just really sad. I didn't even get a vibe. I was just like, oh, this is sad, so sad. And it's a testament to poverty and mental health, really. And people really twisted up that story. And so then I just found myself getting kind of annoyed as I watched it. And I read some of the stuff that's not been said about the Hotel Cecil. And yeah, man, I mean, I don't know. I just, spoiler alert. So I think she either killed herself in a manic episode or something, or she was murdered, but it's not like some other weird thing in between. You know what I mean? Like I just don't understand the hype. That's all I'm saying. It's like she either killed herself or she got killed. That's really the end of the story. You know what I mean? The only people I feel bad, I feel bad for her, obviously, but I feel bad for the people in the hotel drinking the water. And if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to say anything about that, but I felt bad for them. Put it that way. Ben knows your relationship, and he does. But I wanted to put out a bad date story. And the reason why is because I've been on some bad dates. I've been on some dates that, and maybe it was just my selection of the females that I was going out with. The worst type of person is a desperate person. So if you feel desperation when you get into any sort of relationship, you talk about, dudes are talking about young women ghosting them now. And it's like, well, maybe you're a little too desperate, Papa. Like a lot of them give off this vibe, this crazy vibe, and, they just don't know how to let go, of that. So they just hang on and they strangle, suffocate, the situation. So you guys need, we got to learn how to let go. I used to do that shit too. I'd be the guy, crying, oh, please come back. Oh, God. And then you learn, that it's just temporary pain, but whatever. So desperation, I think, is the worst. So I went on a date. I met a girl on, I think it was, Christian Mingle. I was on Christian Mingle because, I'm a good, no, I was not on Christian Mingle. I was on Match.com or like Atheist.com or something. Atheist Mingle, I think it was called. And Agnostic Mingle. And, yeah, I went out with this girl. I'm not going to say any names. And I looked at her when I when I met her and I could see the desperation. Do you know what I mean? When you look at somebody, when you look at the eyes and the eyes are crazy, this is what this means when your eyes are crazy. I think it means when your eyes are crazy, your pupils like don't dilate. There's no separation from your iris. Is that what that is? Iris. And the colored part and your pupil. So if it's just dark, you know what I mean? Like Richard Ramirez eyes, those like dark, there's nothing there. So when I walked in, I should have known right there that it was going to be Bad News Bears. Because I looked at her and it was this. I don't know if I have crazy eyes. People could see the brown in my eyes. But it is dark, sometimes, depending if the light hits it. But she looked at me and she had the crazy eyes. And then I was like, oh no. Like right off there, like I felt it in my stomach a little bit, got the bubble guts. So then I sat down with this young lady. And within probably about 5 minutes, the conversation it escalated to a sexual nature. Only on her side. And for once, I'm actually telling the truth, it wasn't on my side. So it escalated, but it was desperation. Not desperation, it was just like, please go out with me again. So she was trying to like entice me to go out with her again. I'm like, we didn't even finish this date. What the hell do you think? What are you talking about? I'm a little nervous why you're trying to sell me on a date that we're on and we're just trying to have a good time, but you're trying to sell me. So I knew that this was going to start slowly going south when she started then busting out the phone, showing me the nudies. If you're on a date with a girl that you're trying to get to know, and it's been the first date, got to give you some relationship advice here. Ben knows. Do not show nudies. We don't need to see that. You're right in front of us. So if you're showing nudies and you're showing the nudes and I'm already on the date with you, you're here. So you're showing me pictures of yourself, or that's like some crazy narcissist shit. So I actually went to the bathroom, and I texted my buddy Dave. And I said, Dave, you need to come get me. I'm at a Mexican restaurant. For the record, Ben knows your relationship. Mexican restaurants are the best to go to. They're the most fun that you're going to have. It's going to be good time. It's great food. Pretty much a lot of Mexican food. I'm not talking about Taco Bell or some shit. That's not Mexican food. So, Moe's, welcome to Moe's. I'm not talking about that. So listen, go to a Mexican restaurant. It's great. First date. You're welcome. So listen, I texted him. I said, you need to help me. You need to help me. You need to get me out of this situation. And he says, I got you, fam. I'll be there in 10. And now I know that sounds like a good friend, but I even thought 10 minutes was too long. Because when I went to go back to sit down, guess whose crazy eyes was sitting on my side of the booth? Just like this. You know what I mean? Like hands together like this, but like all the fingers are together, looking straight forward until I like got close, and then it was like it was like, she's like, oh, hello. So then I sit down. We had drinks. They brought us the appetizers. I didn't even get an entree. Do you know how hard do you know what type of bad date it would be for me to not even sit through a beautiful entree? And come on, look at me. Thick city, bitch. You know what I mean? So I sit down. She starts rubbing my leg when I sat down. She didn't get to the middle. But she started rubbing my leg. And hard. She had a grip, of a 2-time world champion lifter. You know what I mean? She had a grip on her. She didn't look big, but she had a grip on her. Probably because she's used it to strangle men before. Men or women or ex-girlfriends. She's probably killed at least 2. So then my buddy Dave finally, after it felt like eternity. And she was like, oh, yes, I remember this. She Eskimo kissed me. I don't know if you could say Inuit kissed me, whatever. So she rubbed her nose on my nose, which, obviously, if I turn, my nose would hit her, it would knock her off into the wall, but I remember she Eskimo kissed me. You know what I mean? And I got really scared then because it was I didn't ask for it. She just went. I just did it to the mic. But that's what she did. And I remember being like, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. There's going to be diamonds and rectangles cut out of my back. She's going to make a lampshade out of it. That's all I could think of. That's all I could think of is, Buffalo Bill out of Hannibal Lecter. That's all I could think of. Him, tucking it back. That whole scene. I can, and by the way, real quick segue. If you watch Silence of the Lambs on AMC, or you watch it if you watch that movie and it's not the movie, it's just like the edited version, it's creepier. And here's why. At least on the original of Silence of the Lambs, when you watch a Silence of the Lamb, you know what he's doing. You see him tuck his stuff back, and you see him close his legs, and he's in that little silky robe, and he's got, and he's going, and then the famous line. But in AMC, they don't show him tuck it back or the rest of his body. So all they show on AMC is him doing something and then a zoom up of his face going like this. It is way more terrifying. So, sorry, I had to get that off my chest. I've been thinking about it for a while. So, listen. So Hannibal Lecter's daughter over here, I get bailed out. But my buddy, Dave's a terrible actor. He comes in, and I told him just to say that something happened to my mom, and that I told him where I was going to be. And I told her that I was like, man, my brother's been calling like a zillion times, I said. And she's like, oh, is everything okay? And she goes, what hospital are they in? I'm like, I'm not telling you what freaking hospital, and you creep. So he came, and being the terrible actor that Dave is, all Dave said was, hey, man, we got to get out of here, and turns around. Now, that would work if this was a Hollywood movie and we're about ready to go, we're about ready to go to like war, go beat up somebody, or, it's a horror movie, or he just rescued me, which he technically did, but it's not a movie. Dude, your acting sucks, Dave. Listen, you knew that because I told you that when we got out in the parking lot. But here's the thing. Then he said, he just turned and left, and I left too. And I told her, I was like, hey, I'll call you back. We can see where this goes, I said. I got 20, I got 23 missed calls. 23 missed calls later on that day, and it was like 12 or 15 missed messages. And I got 2 voicemails, her asking if she could bring flowers and a teddy bear or something to my mom. That is crazy. I was so scared. I was so scared to like go to my car. My cousins thought it was funny to joke around with and stuff like that. Like that date creeped me out forever. And, since then, I don't know if I could. I don't think I can do. I don't need to date anymore anyway. But I'm just saying, I don't think I can do online dating anymore. I just need to get. I need to get to know somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I think that if I was not in a relationship, I would be single forever. Just unless I just bumped into somebody, we started talking, and then we got to know each other for a really long time. Because I can't do that dating stuff. It's just too much for me. It's too much. It's too much. It hits my every bit of red flag, stranger danger, all of those things for some reason. I don't know, or maybe it's just the people I'm choosing. So my buddy Ryan sent me that he was on a date with a beautiful young lady. That it was the first time they went out. Surprisingly, surprise, he went on a Mexican restaurant, and the Mexican restaurant is the way to go. So when he got there, he said they had a couple of drinks. And when he told her that he had to go to the bathroom, or the baño in Spanish. Yes, I paid attention. So he goes to the bathroom. And when he comes back, he's about 3 booths away, and she's facing the other way. He sees her lean over. Not even look around. And just cracked ass. And he stops. And he looks, and he just starts laughing. He said he was laughing so hard that he was crying, but he was trying to not make noise, unlike her. She was making plenty of noise. So he goes like this, covers his face. She doesn't know that he's there. She doesn't know he's three things bound. He just didn't want to embarrass her, by like rolling up while she's cracking ass. And at the same time, you don't want to walk into somebody's crop dust or fart cloud. You know what I mean? Because they know. Because you get back and she's the only one, like in that side. She's gonna know that you smelled her farts. She's gonna know that you smelled her farts, and that's not. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here. That's not all that romantic for the first date. So that's it. That's like third or fourth date stuff. At least. So, my thing is with this is it's more about just kind of better understanding the date dynamic. He went out on a date, she's cracking ass, but my thing is like if he went all the way back to the bathroom and he comes back and she's didn't look around and he's already been in the bathroom for a while, how many farts was that? Was that a lot of farts? It seems like it would be a lot of farts. Like if she's not looking, she didn't even look. And I mean, good for her, being, let it out. Maybe she has IBS like I do. And, sometimes those things just happen. And here you are, So listen, I mean, that was a really funny date. I know I have two more, but I got to get to this. Hell yeah or hell no. The bread and butter pickles. Now listen, here's my beef with bread and butter pickles. They taste like shit. And listen, I know some people just love bread and butter pickles. I am not one of them. I'm a dill guy. I'm dill all the way. I'm a dill hole. I love the dill pics. Send me a dill pic. I just can't wrap my mouth hole around bread and butter pickles. I just think they are sweet, and and that's weird because I like sweet relish. Like I don't mind sweet relish, but I really detest bread and butter pickles. So when this was said to me, one of my clients and good friends, Damien, says that he'll just eat them right out of the jar, just straight up like this. Those little, what are they called? Nickels? What are they called? Buttons? Pickle bread and butter button pickles? I don't know what they're called. They're little chips. What a freaking idiot I am. Buttons. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. Sorry. Buttons. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. Sorry. So, yeah, the bread and butter buttons. That's what he's eating, and he just eats it out of the jar. And I can't wrap my mind around that, man. I had the last time I had one of those pickles, like and ate them and swallowed those pickles, those things. That sounds weird. The last time that I did that, I was 9. And it was by an accident, and then I threw the rest of the burger out. My dad got pissed at me. It was one of those really good parties, where like all the kids have like that Kool-Aid ring around their mouth, scars on each side of their mouth from pulling out those popsicles that have the sharp plastic on the end. It was like the inside of my mouth, just it was like the Joker. I was like Heath Ledger. So yeah, those types of I was like 9 then, and I got in deep shit for throwing the rest of that burger away. And he was like, "Why didn't you just throw away the pickles?" You're that age, like I don't really think about that. So, to me, it's a big old hell no for that. And 56% of people said hell no, and 44% of people said hell yeah to the flaccid classic. Dude, my mind is so cloudy today. Classic bread and butter pickle. I know, flaccid is not what it was. So that's a big old hell nah to those bread and butter pickles. The next one is black lipstick. Now, black lipstick, to me, reminds me of this emo girl that I had a huge crush on when I was a kid. and had to see her again. I mean, I could see the beauty. You know, I know at that age when you're like, 15, 16, you don't want to do anything that'll make you stand out. You don't want to do anything that'll make you look like super weird, especially if you don't roll with that. But I remember I saw her crazy ass and I was like, yeah, that's the one right there with the one with the black lipstick. Like back then, hell yeah, like black lipstick is the shit. I don't know what it was. I was just attracted to that darkness. Maybe it was because I was a troubled kid. I don't really know. But I mean, I was like a moth to a flame on that one. I was like a bug to a bug zap to a black lip bug zapper on that one. Like I was ready to go. And but now, I mean, I don't know. I just think like when you get older, it's like weird to do, but whatever. I mean, to each his own. So I'm actually gonna hell yeah black lipstick. So I'm in. And oh, holy shit, 82% of you said hell no. I'm not really surprised. I mean, it's not for everybody. So the other 18% with me, I'm gonna probably look at who said hell yeah on that. Just kind of DM them. The next one is the movie Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo, a story of a disabled young man traveling or getting scooped up, and a father trying to find him with his forgetful friend. So I would say, Finding Nemo to me is what I watched one of those movies when I had insomnia when I was like 20 something. I used to watch Finding Nemo because it would calm me down. So for me, it's deeply embedded into my roots. You know what I mean? And it's a feel good movie. I heard that there was a version of that where they were going to actually, Nemo was supposed to be gay. I don't know if that's true. Maybe I just started a rumor. Somebody told me that at a party. That guy seemed like he knew what he was talking about very well. Researched guy, the guy screaming, anybody want any Goldschlager? That guy, pretty reliable, source. Shout out to Eric. So yeah, he told me that in the film Nemo was supposed to be gay, but they weren't ready, and the world wasn't ready for it. I don't understand why. It could have been that. I don't know if it was like, hey, Nemo's trying to get to New York to go to a parade. I don't know what it was, but so to me, I mean, this is a big old hell yeah. If Nemo was gay or not, little finned or gay, I would still, hell yeah. I love that movie. And yeah, 92% of you said hell yeah. And I don't know who the 8% of you people said hell no, but you guys got to get your shit together because that is a freaking amazing movie. So good. So yeah, I'm gonna hell yeah, obviously. And the last one here is astrological signs. Now, I was thinking about this because I'm pretty sure the girl I went out on that bad date was a zodiac killer anyway, and she was just waiting for me to trip up on my sign and then say she wasn't compatible with it. She was waiting for me to say I'm a Pisces or something, and she's like, "Hey, I'm a Sagittarius. Things aren't going to work out." And then I get chloroformed in the parking lot, and like I said, wake up with straps in my back missing, or never wake up at all. Yeah, I mean, I just think too many people connect the astrological signs to like what they do every day, what they do day to day, hour to hour, relationship to relationship. I was watching my friend talk to this dude on the phone, and she asked him, I swear, they were having such a nice conversation. I mean, it was really good. They probably were talking for about 8 minutes. And then she asked him what his sign was. And he said, like, Leo or something. And she was like, I watched her face. She was like, and then she's like, I'm an Aries, And like, even he, I imagine on the other end of the phone, like, was probably like, cool. So yeah, you said you like, Finding Nemo or whatever. And, she was like, yeah, like, and then like shut the conversation down after she was having a blast with him, and then asked him his sign, and then no longer interested. So for me, it's like, if you're going to believe something that hard, and, you just, whew, or group that guy in with some dickhead that you dated, a long time ago, I think that's more of a you problem. You were like, oh, you were a Leo? Oh, Steve was a Leo, and Steve hurt me deeply. And it's like, okay, well, that guy's not Steve, and him being a Leo has nothing to do with anything. You know what I mean? But, if you want to group him in with Steve and being a Leo, that's cool. And I'm a Gemini, so somebody's going to say, like, something, that is something a Gemini would say. That drives me nuts when you're having a conversation with somebody and like I've even said the wrong thing and they've done this because I knew where this conversation was going to go. I was having a conversation and she goes, well, what sign are you? And she's like, because you are just, you're, I could sense a lot. Like, she's like, I sense it. I'm like, dude, if you sensed something about people, you'd be working for the FBI. You'd be making way more money than you're making right now. But I'm just saying, like if you had that power, don't you think somebody would pick up on it by now? You know what I mean? But anyway, so then I go, I said I was a Cancer. And she goes, well, that's why. And I'm like, what? I'm not even a Cancer. I didn't tell her that. Though. I kind of wanted to see how far she would take it down that rabbit hole. So I just think that people put too much emphasis on that. It's like, listen, just because Stevie Boy hurt you or just because, Jessica hurt you doesn't mean you got to group them in with all the Jessicas and all the... Granted, I got to be honest with you guys, I probably wouldn't date somebody with the same name just because that's just actually... It's going to remind me of that person, even though that person has nothing to do with that person. But yeah, anyway. But the sign thing, it just doesn't add up, So, listen, I'm going to hell nah the astrological signs because I know too many of these, I know too many white chicks right now that are freaking out right now. They are pulling their hair out. They're like, oh my God, because they live by it. They wake up before breakfast. They're like, I'm going to just read what's my horoscope today? It's not going to have any effect on me. Oh my God, I need to make a business decision today. It's like, do you have a business? No, but I need to make a decision about business. Oh my God, it says I need to be more open with my love life. Are you talking to anybody? No, but I need to be more open with it. Oh my God. And then it's like, oh my God, I need to do something financially today. Yeah, you need to get up and get your ass to work, and you need to stop wasting your time on this horoscope. But that's just me. So listen, I'm going to hell no the horoscope. And shit. 35% of you said hell no, and obviously 65% said hell yeah. So that's a hell yeah to the astrological signs, and I disagree, but the people have spoken. I got to respect them. Listen, I know, but maybe I should have asked that bad date what her sign was first. What's not compatible with Gemini? Like what's not compatible with a Gemini? Gemini should stay away from what? Should I type that in the Googles? Yeah, let's type that in the Googles. So, oh, wow. Okay. I want to read this then. This one's good. And this is on Pinterest, so it's legit. So Gemini all right, so this is compatibility, sex, and communication, which is the only three things you need. So Gemini and an Aries, high compatibility, high sex. I don't know what that means. Does that mean a lot of sex, or you have sex while you're high? I don't know. Communication, we have high communication. Gemini and a Taurus, medium compatibility, medium sex, and medium communication. Where's low, low, low? Or where's a high, low? Okay. Gemini in a Libra, it's high, high, high. High compatibility, high sex, and high compatibility and communication. What up, Libra? What up? Call me, Libs. A Leo is high, high, high. Compatibility, sex, and communication. That's pretty good. But yo, listen, if you are an Aries, a Leo, a Libra, what up? You know what I'm saying? Hit me up, because we have high compatibility high sex and high communication. Who believes this shit? Unfortunately, there's a lot of you. Listen, I got to be out of here. I got to go. And listen, this chart is, accurate. I'm going to base most of my life decisions and not take responsibility. So as long as you have compatibility, sex, and communication, that's all that matters. I'm out.